Dewey Evans, the performance architect, here talking to you about the need to embrace change. So many of us are fearful of the unknown, and therefore we stay within our comfort zone. And that retards us from growing the way that we want to into a world-class, whatever it is we're trying to become. It's really important to say, I'm going to try to do things which I'm uncomfortable with in order to get to where it is I want to go. Largely, that's kind of coach's role, is to help you do things that you don't want to do in order to get the things that you want to get. For a very, very, very long time, I've had this logo that I call the Learning Zone logo. It's 3 circles with the innermost circle being comfort. And then the circle outside of it being about where your learning zone is, the space that you want to stay in order to get better at something. But there is a space on the very outside that's overwhelmed. For me, something like going out and playing a tennis match against anybody playing on the Pro Tour would absolutely be overwhelming. And the only thing I would learn is that it's time to not think about being a competitive player and really just stick to being a coach. But what we want to do is to stay in our learning zone, because as we do, what happens is that innermost circle, comfort, gets bigger and bigger. What's our learning zone, which is outside of it? Well, it doesn't really change in how big that space is, but what it does is it pushes out on overwhelmed. And so overwhelmed gets smaller and smaller, learning zone moves out, and comfort gets bigger. That's what we want. That's how we get better. That's how we approach being world class. Oftentimes, I live in the world of junior tennis, and I see coaches, parents, players who never want to change something. So you ask the player, well, what are you working on? And they have absolutely no idea. Why? Because the coach doesn't want to come out and say, change something, for fear that the players might have lower performance for a period of time. The parent might say, the coach is doing a poor job, and move the kid on to a different place. Or in some cases, it's just players who are just fearful of change, and unless you can absolutely show them that there's going to be a benefit by making the change, they remain resistant and don't fully buy in. They're not going to get better. As a coach, I think you have to find a way to express to both the player and the parent that what we're doing is we're looking for something that might be a catalyst to world-class performance. And if not, well, it only takes a little bit of time to change it back to what it was. But at least you'll know something that doesn't work. And that's the key, is always be looking for answers. The answer might be no. The answer might be, oh, this is absolutely amazing. Another time, the answer might actually be, not right now. The player's too young, not strong enough, not coordinated enough, doesn't have some other underlying things that they need in order to be effective with it. So you go to work on the physical, you go to work on a different part of the technique. Then you can come back to what it is that you already took a look at and say, yeah, this will be really good when, right? That's one of the keys. Change, 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 change. If you're not changing, then you're staying the same. And if you're not where it is you want to be, why do you want to be where you are, right? So, till we talk again, Dewey Evans, performance architect, saying, peace out.